Okay, here's my intro. I'm going to make it quick because I don't really want to be sitting in a Moon Man helmet for the next 30 minutes. Okay? Tip of the day is paper gains don't mean shit. It doesn't mean you're a good trader. It doesn't mean that you can take that to the bank and deposit it. It doesn't mean you can buy a car with it. It's just numbers on a screen. Nobody gives a shit about that except for you because you're a dreamer. You'll never make any money because you don't know how to sell. Everybody knows how to buy. People can buy shit. It goes up all the time, but they don't know how to sell it. Pure execution is the problem. That's what separates a good trader from a bad one. If you took FFIE and you ran it all the way from 4 cents, let's say you had a great buy at 4 cents and you didn't sell at $4, I guarantee you're still holding because you were probably up 7 million bucks. Now you're down to 1 million bucks and you're like, well, it's going to go back up to 7. And before you know it, it'll be right back down to 4 and you'll be kicking yourself in your ass. Your wife will be leaving you. Your kids will be disowning you. Everybody will be out of the house and you'll be sucking down liquor until you're blue in the face. Got it? Get it? Good. Okay. So, what's the moral of the story? I bought Kraken at 4.8, bottom. I had 850,000 shares, about $50,000 invested. The next day, went to 9.5, I sold it. Made that in one day is more important to me. It doesn't matter. Did I know it was going to run 1,000%? Absolutely not. I thought it was going to stop there. In fact, it pulled back down. I did say, wow, okay, it's back down at a buy price. Let me try and get in at 6.5. I couldn't. The price started to go back up. I didn't sit on my hands and say, oh, I could have made 400,000, but and then got all sick about it. It's an emotionless game. You better be emotionless. You better not be greedy, okay? And you better not be fearful. So I wasn't fearful. I said, you know what? The price is going back up. There's a lot of volume. I can day trade the shit out of this. Day traded it for another 13,000. Huge day for me. No, I didn't make a $500,000. But what was I supposed to? Was I supposed to guess that it was going to go straight to 60? No. When the money's on the table, you take it. Okay, if you're at a blackjack table and you're up 100 grand, what do? They try and keep you there while they're changing the dealers. They bring the chicks around with big tits telling you, here, drink some alcohol, so you lose it all, okay? And what that alcohol is in the market is it's euphoric dreams. When you start seeing people saying, oh, I'm going to be going to Vegas. Does anybody want to come with me when I make my trillions? Anybody want to come with me to Bahamas? We're going to do a yacht party. We're going to do it all. We're going to do it up, sir. We're going to do whatever we want to do, cuz. Then what happens? Tanks right back to their break even. Then they're like, oh, I can't sell here. I was just up $1 million. Oh, well, damn, I'm red now. What's going to happen? Then all of a sudden they're down $1 million and they're crying about, I can't afford to eat. I'm eating chicken and rice that I found in a dumpster. My kids left me. My wife left me for my brother. My parents disowned me. I'm living under a trash can. Okay, because that's what happens to every trader that gets real high on their own supply, which is their brain, and they think they're number one and they think they're king shit, and then they don't take the gain and it tanks back to zero. You take consistent gains. If you get a big one, you take it. If you get a small one, you take it. You can go for your target, sure, great, grand, but you better sell there instead of going on the boards and listening to the pumpers, people that are either bagged or whatever the case may be, or are still holding their full lot. And just, it's paper gains. I take mine to the bank. I can pull mine out and buy a fucking Rolex if I wanted to, but I'm not a dick. I'm going to keep it in there and I'm going to roll it over just like I would do in a business if I own one. Okay, so that is the key takeaway. You want to see an example of one that didn't work out for people, and IGBK will be one that doesn't work out for people, is JAGX. JAGX, I was in there with 200,000 shares. I sold for a minimal profit of about $6,000 or $7,000, $8,000. It continued to 37. Was I salty? Yes. Okay, but good traders sell the in-between. They don't go for Mars. Okay, they don't go for Pluto. They go for the in-between, the space in between. I try and tell my followers that all the time. That's what matters. You can take that to the bank. So JAGX went up. Oh man, it's at 37. Do I chase it? Absolutely not. Does it come back down? Yes, I buy it. Then I see a huge sell. It tanks. I'm like, fuck, I better get out of this. Somebody knows something I don't. What happens a couple days later? Reverse split, tanks to 10. If I had held that stock and I had never sold for my original $6,000 to $8,000 gains, I would be down 50%, about $20,000. You see how quickly that can happen. And it will happen after hours when you're eating dinner with the wife. And then you're going to be looking at your phone like all pissed off, and she's going to be like, what's wrong, honey? What did you do? Oh, I just lost everything in JAGX. And then she reveals that she's been sleeping with your dad the entire time. So, do what you want. I don't care. It's not my money. It's not my portfolio. But I became pro when I learned how to sell and get over the fact that it might not have been the top. You know why? Because my money goes like this and their money goes like this. That's it. I've done it all. I've dreamt the dream. I've talked on the boards. I've wrote articles. I've interviewed CEOs of all these penny stocks. They're all just trying to get the money from you, and they will. They will succeed. You will not win. This isn't your game. You're just a player. You're a pawn in their game, and you better get in and you better get out, because what is the point of these penny stocks? They're all struggling companies. They all don't have any money. Some of them have cash, but they want to dilute your bones to dust. So what are they going to do? They're going to pump the price, then they're going to put out an offering, and then they get money to pay off their debt. That's it. That's it. Point blank, period. There is no way around it. None of these penny scams are good companies. Sure, you'll hit a 1 in a million once in a while that's going to run, but if you don't take your gains, you'll end up right back at break even, and that's without question. There is no questione, and for those that do not speak Zimbabwean, that means question. So that's my intro. I guess this is what's going. Just pay attention. Pay attention. Okay, here, let me pull it up. Let me pull up the charts, please. Give me a little bit of a seckie. And also, I have to flip the chicken that I have in the pan because I'm the healthiest person alive. All I do is eat chicken, broccoli, asparagus, and drink water, period. I'm joking. I've been cheating a lot. It's sad. Haven't gained any weight, but it's been a joke. Off my diet, but back on today. Just get back on the wagon. Hold on. All right, so. No. CCC. Okay, we'll start with, we'll give you the overall example here, JAGX. And by the way, that doesn't mean that this stock's off the table, but remember, I got out for a gain. The second one was a loss. I've been flipping this. I'm about 3 out of 4 on this stock. And that's why, like, when I took the final loss, I was like, all right, this thing's done. I'm done. And then it was done because it tanked to 11. And I would have been really mad had I held. So we're going to pull this up. And anybody that's on the boards telling you that this stock is like, oh, like they're going to release news, like they're dreamers too. I mean, they're bagged because why? They had paper gains and they didn't take them. They listened to the pumpers that were telling them $1. They didn't focus on the chart. They didn't listen to reason. They didn't listen to their brain. They listened to the pumpers, and then they got destroyed. They got sent to the core of the earth to live with all the devils and all of the demons. And now they're burning and scorching in hell. I don't want to be there. Do you? I don't. That's like not sounds good to me. No. So this thing went from here and it went straight down to here. That is a big loss, 50%. RS, kiss of death in any penny market, you're done. Now, you're not, it doesn't mean the trade is done. I'm sorry for everybody that was involved, but you're toast, okay? If you were holding shares from 25, you might, I wouldn't say sell because you might bat out of hell and not get news that RS is coming. Okay, what they're going to do is they're going to split. It is going to reduce the share structure, which is going to be helpful to the stock. You just don't want to be in before the reverse split. You want to get in after. I will be watching this after the reverse split. They do have a lot of dilution, so they will probably draw the price down. Then I'll find my buy spot, and then they'll probably put out news and send it back up. I'm not saying that P3, if P3 was good, they wouldn't have done a reverse split. Or maybe they would have. You know what? I don't know, because maybe they do want to reverse the stairs or reverse split, bring in some institutions, get some institutional investments, and then send the price on P3 news. I have no idea. But usually when something is premeditated and everybody's saying the results are going to be good, they're not. Okay, that's how the market works. When everybody's and their mother is like, this is going up without question, it goes down. Why? Because the money is rigged against you. They don't want retail to make money. So when does the news and shit come out? At bottom. It wasn't at bottom. It was at top, apparently, because now it's back at 10. And we were at 25, 50% haircut. But again, you know, now, I wouldn't have said that this was even a bad trade because you're kissing this bottom, but I just was like, nah, unless this gets bullish again, unless this breaks through the top band and starts riding it, I'm not touching it because there's other things moving. And there's no point in buying this stock at this point with the threat of an RS. So what happened? They RS'd. And the other thing that really did not set me off on this or pushed me off and made me not buy was my MACD curling down. Look, when your MACD turns over like this, ooh, you're in trouble. And that's just on technicals. So it just worked out perfectly. I literally was about to buy this. I kid you not, at 25. And then I looked at the MACD and I was like, no, this has a lot of room to fall even without an RS. So There you go. That's JagX. Wait for the buy-in. Wait for, the same day of the RS. Maybe it is a day trade. Maybe they do put out news on the day of the RS. Or maybe it tanks 50% and then I'll buy in. And then you have a low float with a lot of people watching and potential news. They put out news a lot. So if you're in it now, I'm sorry. That's, learn the game because this is a penny stock and it'll never do what you think it's going to do. And it's never going to do what the people tell you it's going to do. Okay. Next is IGPK. This already ran, okay? This is, again, like a JagX. It's at the top, okay? You might get lucky, but why? All these catalysts that they've been waiting for have been coming out. Why isn't the price shooting up? And that's why I know what's coming, okay? I knew what was coming back here. I told everybody to sell here. I've been over this, and it tanked. And then it started a downtrend. You could have bought in. If you would have sold at 12, you could have bought back in at 5. Maybe that was a fat finger trade. Let's just call it 6, okay? And then it broke this downtrend and then it ran up. Okay. And when it was up here, I said, guys, it's going to tank. You want to get out. You're overextended. Everything was too high. It was just too hot. Boom. I literally called it this day. I said, get out at 2, and bang, it went all the way down to 2-1. Day traded it, made a bunch of money, and then just stopped trading it because listen, the market cap is one thing an issue. It's way too high of a market cap, way too high of a share structure. So this red candle was on the thought of an RS. They are going to RS. I don't care if it's a real company. I don't care if it's the next Chinese Amazon. I don't care if Wing Wang Chung is the leader and I've heard it all before. I've been doing this for way longer than a lot of people have. Okay. And I've been doing it every single day. And I've been burned and I've heard everything. We're going to NASDAQ. We're going to be $1 billion company. We're going to merge with NASDAQ. We're going to merge with everyone in the world. It's all bullshit. It's all a scam. There's a reason why they chose to come into the OTC and didn't go straight to NASDAQ. You want to tell me that they're $1 billion company and they couldn't have just paid the $2 million to get on there with the revenues that they already had? No, okay? It's okay. It's okay. You can admit to yourself, and you won't because you're not going to listen. Nobody ever listens. I didn't either. I remember hearing this type of shit and be like, nah, dude, you're wrong, bro. I'm about to make a 10 mil piece, you know what I mean? Like, I'm about to hit this joint up. We about to go to the sky, dog. All the pumpers be telling me that. Yeah. Bro, the pumpers are selling at 18. That's your wall. If this thing was going to go further, there wouldn't be smart money selling at 18. Every time it gets up there, somebody's selling it. Somebody's selling it. Somebody's selling it. That's the people that bought in trips. Okay. Those are the people that won. You're not going to win buying up here. You might, by the grace of God, catch a 50%, 2 to 3. I pray for you, but you still won't take your gains. You'll still be sitting there, well, it's going to 10. Well, it's going to $1. Well, the market cap's going to be 400 trillion. They're not going to reverse split because they're there for the shareholders. They care about me. Wing Wang Chung in China, he cares about me. The little guy in Missouri that only has $500 in his account, I swear I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to tell my friends. I'm going to tell everybody. I'm going to tell my family. And then when I lose everything, I'm not going to tell them shit because I'm an asshole. That's what's going to happen. I've been there. I've done that. I've lost it all 3 times over these scams, okay? Because I believed in the story. I don't want to sit here and tell you I lost over 100 grand 3 times in penny stocks when I first started. I don't want to say that. I don't want to think that. But it's truth, and only truth will be told on my page. So I'm telling you the truth when I tell you that this quarter one catalyst isn't going to do shit to the price, okay? The pink current didn't do shit to the price. The posting of all the other filings didn't do shit to the price. In fact, I wouldn't even be surprised if they announced an RS on the same day that they put out Q1. And maybe that's what's taking them so long. God only knows. So, okay, this is not my investment. All I'm saying is stop listening to the assholes that have paper gains and start listening to the pros that have realized ones, or lose everything and believe in some scam that's on the OTC that is, everybody will tell you, anybody with a brain will tell you, avoid OTC unless you're in and you're out. There is no investment in the OTC. Somebody asked me the other day, you really got to teach me, like, where do you look to find your investments? I don't invest. I trade. I make money. Okay, these aren't meant to be invested in, but they'll tell you it is because they'll tell you you'll be a multi-millionaire, and then you won't be, and you'll be pissed. Okay, so that's IGBK. I wish you the best. I hope for you. I hope that it goes to 50 and you actually end up selling it. It wouldn't piss me off. I would just be wrong for the first time on my show out of a year and a half. I'll be the first time I'll be wrong on a penny stock about a drop. You go back, check all my videos. Every single time I told you this was going to happen, it did. So I think I'm 17 for 17 for calling drops. Maybe I'll go 17 for 18. I don't know, but I would highly doubt it. But this will be the first, so we'll see. Now, we're going to go with my picks. Ones that have exit liquidity and ones that aren't being pumped up to wazoo. You buy when nobody else is talking about it, not when everybody's like, everybody in this stock is like, we're going to lose it all. We're going to lose it all. You buy the fear. You buy the blood. You don't buy the excitement. You sell it. Get it? I don't understand what I have to say. I don't understand what I have to do. How do I teach these kids? How do I teach my sons? How do I teach my children? Okay, look, perfect time frame here, 11 days, time frame, good, because these W's tend to happen perfectly. Your RSI is shot. Your MACD is turning up, but it's shot. These are the plays after the whole penny market is going nuts and everybody's getting sucked into these runners and being like, we're going to all be millionaires. That is when you sell those and you get into something low, because smart money is going to get out of those and they're going to go into things that are low. So, Aller, compliance, PR is probably going to come out Monday or Tuesday. If they pair that with some type of phase 3 trial bullshit, I won't care about it, but I guarantee you it'll run to 120 to 160 in a day, in minutes. That's how the stock operates. This thing ran from $1 on this day all the way to 330 in one day. The next day on news, I do think that it could pull back into the 50s and then run to either 120, 150, 160, but I'm not looking for the top. I'm looking for 120. I'm looking for a double. I got, 15 grand in it, whatever. But a quick double, buy one day, sell the next day, 15 grand in my pocket, that I can go to the bank and I can talk to my banker and say, hello, how are you? Nice to see you again. I know I'm getting sick of seeing you too. But I know that I come in here every day. Okay. It's not for a lollipop. It's just to deposit thousands and thousands of dollars that I realized in the market, not paper gains that I show people online. That's doesn't really mean shit. It means nothing. It's a number on a screen. So Aller, beautiful looking stock, probably going to go up within the next 2 days. So I'm in that one. Okay. That's all you really need to know. You don't need to know about the drugs that they are trying to push. You don't need to know about the CEO and his LinkedIn page and how many followers. All that DD is meaningless. This is the stock market. This is the penny market. Okay. It does not run on financials. It runs on themes, and it runs on low floats, and it runs on who's running it, and it runs on news. That's it. You get in, you get out, you're done. Okay. Aller looks really good though. As far as the chart wise, as far as the time frame of when it last ran, and they got to get the price up to dilute. That's the thing, is like when these prices run, they're going to dump because they need cash. All these companies don't have much money, so they need to run the price up to take your money. And I'm taking your money while they're doing it as well. You run with the company, you run with the big boys. You don't run with the dumbasses on Twitter. I tell you that, and I tell you that with 100%, without even question, without even a question. Then we're going to do SMFL, another bottom boy. Okay, clearly this is the bottom, historically. Okay, you got a downtrend here. These wicks keep getting lower. You break above this downtrend, you could see 6. I mean, you could see 5, you could see 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, anything could happen, depends on the PR. Also looking for compliance. I believe that they would make it. Also is known to PR. Right after a reverse split, the share structure here is extremely tiny. Any type of buying volume, goodbye, see you later, on the moon, bye-bye, I'll sell the space in between. I don't care if I sell 4, I don't care if I sell 5, I don't care if I sell 6. Whatever the execution is on that day, I will have made money, and that's all that matters. SMFL is a known runner, known to push. I've been in this one when it's ran, and it is a glorious day because it runs, and it runs hard. Again, all you need to know. Do they sell food that are like protein bars? Yeah, I think so, but I could give two shits. They could sell candles. Doesn't matter. Does the stock run? Yeah. Is the price low? Yeah. You buy low, you sell high. You don't buy high and sell low, or buy high and you just buy low and you sell high. You sell higher, realistically. You don't have to sell the peak. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I'm not even in the bottom here, but I'm pretty damn close. Jesus Christ. Holy McChuku. For those of you that don't understand Nigerian, that means, oh my goodness. What's the other one? Oh, IVP. Very similar chart to Buru. Again, after reverse split, this is going to be the play. This is going to be the plays this week, in my opinion. I might be wrong, but like I'm never like I am wrong sometimes. Okay, so look, you're feeding your lower band. Your RSI is moving up. Your MACD is trying to curl. This thing could easily see close to 5 on any, again, after a reverse split. I think there's 100,000 shares in the share structure. It's a known stock that's known to run. A lot of people have mentioned this, a lot of main people. So when this thing gets bullish again, they'll mention it again and it'll push the price. Okay, that's what I'm looking for, to get into for the herd. IVP is another example of that. Seems like it's curling up, little J-hook situation. Give me 5 and I'll take half. Give me 5 and I'll take the rest. That's it. Depends on the volume. I'll decide that day. Maybe I'll sell too soon. You know what I'd rather do? Sell too soon and make money than sell too late and lose it. IVP looks really good for next week. Now we're just going to go over these because, okay, look, you might have, this is one that, again, I called in at 5 and it's currently sitting, I literally called it right there. Okay. So my opinion on this should be valid. Okay. And here's my opinion on this. This is a sympathy to FFIE. FFIE is a sympathy to AMC GME. They just got memed. They got big and great. Okay. Again, I sold way too soon. Day traded up here. I did not touch up here. I told everybody in the group chat, I said, you're going to get a push this morning, but that's going to be the final suck in to get dumb money to buy the top, and then they're going to crush them. What happened? Popped in the morning, and by the end of the day, it was back at 17, down, 75% from the high. So if you did chase it in the morning, you lost it all. Okay? Now, here's the thing. This does have a bounce maybe in it. Okay? If you actually look at this is the daily. If you look at like the 30-minute, it does seem like, we'll look at it. Okay, look, this is kind of what if you're in this and you're bagged, okay, this is where you're going to want to get out. Okay, see, this is why this shit works. Okay, you draw your trend line, your middle band is it has magnets in it. The price goes up to this middle band, it's probably going to go up and meet in the middle right here. 30 is your sell point, okay? If you're bagged from 40, oh well, market doesn't work, it's your break even. It's going to 30 and I would get out. Okay, maybe it does push, but I wouldn't chance it because what are other people doing? What is smart money doing? They're drawing this line, they're finding the trend, and they're saying, okay, if I bought in at 15 or 17 or what have you, I'm going to take my 100% at 30. And a lot of other people that are bagged at 30 are going to say, okay, I'm back even, goodbye. Okay, that's how this shit works. That's the reality of the market. It's not all dreams and fantasies. Anybody that's telling you it's going to $1, maybe they're right 1 in a million times. But anybody that, I guarantee you 90% of the people that are pumping the stock right now are bagged and trying to debag. Or they're in at 17 and they're trying to get out at 30. They're lying. The entire market is a lie. That's why you have to be smart. Because nobody gives a shit about you. Nobody's going to care about what you make on the day. It's your account. Protect it and stop being a dreamer and being a paper gainer. FFIE. Now, I could sit here and say FFIE is going to $60, okay? Kraken is going to $100 million, okay? IGPK might go to $500 trillion market cap, okay? AMC, it ain't done. GME, it ain't done, okay? But I'm not a dick. FFIE, again, had this here. Or no, had this here. 4 cents. I had it at exact bottom. Did I expect this? No, it's a scam. Okay, could I have held those shares all the way up over here? Sure. But that's not a good trader. Good traders do not hold to the fucking top. I don't know how many times I have to say that. They trade it, and then they're like, ooh, man, this looks good. I'll trade it here. Oh, man, then I'll trade it here. Oh, man. They don't just hold. They don't just sit on their hands. Because why? Because of that. That could have came here. That could have came here. That could have came here. But it came here. I don't know how it got that high, but it did. Okay. Now, again, what are you looking at here? Again, another 100% plus. If these start to run in the morning, where's your sell point? Right here. $2. If I bought in at 2, which I did, and I flipped it at 120 because I immediately made $3,000. When $3,000, when somebody's like, hey, here's $3,000, I take it. I don't say, I hope he throws me another 5,000. I just take the money and I put it in my pocket. I go to the bank and I talk to Federico and I say, hey, I'm back again. How are the kids? I don't really care. I just need to make this deposit. But I know his whole family. Okay? Because I'm there every day. I take his kids to soccer practice sometimes when he can't make it. That's Fifi. You bought in at 1. I did. Could have held. It's getting pumped. People are pumping their brakes. Fine. But I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I could have held it. I made my money and I'm good. I hope this stock goes up for you. But 2 is your sell point. If you don't sell there, good luck to you. I wish you the best because it's going back down to 4. That's what all these stocks do. They return to the pits of hell to, again, live with the devil and all of his demons and all of the bag holders and all of the people that thought that they were going to make billions. Market doesn't work like that unless you're on the inside, and you're not. I guarantee it. What's next? I'll just do this real quick. AMC GME. Hey, you know what I mean? And somebody said the other day, or like my brother's friend who like put down a second mortgage on AMC when it was at 50. Unbelievable. But that's like inexperience. Again, it went to 50 and it came all the way back down. And now it's like even at 12, that's not his break even because they've reverse split like a couple of times. So he probably needs like 400 to get back to break even. I said, and he's still holding. Oh God. I mean, this is what separates the men from the boys here. Okay. But this was your run, my guy. This was your run. I was pissed I didn't buy it at 3 when I saw it, or 350. But I didn't chase it because I didn't know when the top was. And this was your top. Okay, and it came all the way back. Now it's almost back to break even. See how these things work? Now, could it have another pop? Yeah, but is it going to 400? No. I'm sorry, apes. I don't know what to tell you. Could I lie? Yeah, sure. But I'm not going to lie because I don't know how to. When I was born, an angel came to me, or a deity, or a spirit, Jesus himself could have been. And he said to me, son, you cannot lie. You can never tell a lie, you'll turn into stone. And I listened to that. I heeded that warning because I know what I saw and I know what it said. Okay, and I know I'm good on being a stone. I'd like to breathe. Okay, I'd like to see, smell, taste, and feel. Okay, I don't want to be a stone. So I'm not lying when I say this thing is next to done. Could it still have another pop? Sure. But all that shit goes away, and it goes away real quick. And that's why you have no type of spiking. That's why I told you they're going to release an offering. They're going to release dilution. And what did they do? They both did, GME and AMC. Okay, look at they all follow each other too. They all stay similar patterns. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it works. Oh my God, my chicken is on fire. I don't care. Because my refrigerator is so full, I'll just feed that to my cat. Okay. I made enough in the market the last week to pay my rent for an entire year. People are sitting up and they're in stocks that are enough to pay their rent for their entire year, but they're pulling their hair out because they don't know which way the price is going to go. And before they know it, they're going to be break even and they're not going to have enough money to feed their kids. And their kids are going to go live in Zimbabwe with the mother. I don't know why she lives in Zimbabwe, but they're headed there. Okay. And they're going to live in mud huts. And that's just the way that the world works. Okay. And you're going to be homeless, and you're going to be physical. You're probably going to get hooked on meth. You're probably going to bite your hands off, and then you're going to end up with 2 nubs as your hands with no wife, no kids, in the streets, eating trash. Okay, that's the way that the world works. Can't tell you anything else. GME, same idea. Okay, went up and it came back down. That's what they all do, folks. They don't go up forever. Even though Davey Day Trade started to tell you that. Now, could this pop back to 32? Sure. Could you get in some type of whatever? I don't know. The technicals actually don't look that bad. It is a little bit oversold, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to buy this piece of shit. Okay? I'm sorry. Again, I know that I could literally lie on here, and I know that everybody wants to hear lies, and they want to feel good about themselves. They want to hold their little dinky and rub it until it... Okay, enough. But You're not going to get that from me. You're only going to get cold hard facts, and that's the facts of the matter. Is you had your run, and now it's over. It's a shit company. Same with AMC. They're not good companies. I hate when I see all these apes being like, "This movie is going to be the movie of the year, King Kong." Are you serious? Are you serious? I don't want to see Woman King. That's it. You're done. Take your gains and stop leaving them on the table like a drunk asshole at Caesar's Palace, alone, hungry, and with no shoes on, you son of a bitch.